Hey, so I know that it's been a while. Um, Probably too long for some, but it's just been really crazy. And I know that, like, if it's been crazy for me, it has probably been crazy for you guys too. And you're trying to find things of like what to do, how to deal, and all those kind of things. So, and one of the things that's been going on through this pandemic that has really gotten me to the point where, like, I'm doing this blog, which is about setting boundaries, So, most people don't even understand the importance of boundaries. I am all about my peace, you know. I do not like my peace being disrupted. Um, and I'm now dating again, so that's totally new for me. And it's like, I got to get back out there. I got to, like, start meeting people and going out on dates. And, sometimes I have to listen to people talk about things that's just really not relative to me. But in the process of me doing all those kind of things, I have learned to set boundaries. So I don't, not only just when I'm dating people, but even in my personal life, even at work, I have no problem with now actually saying, yeah, I hear what you're saying, but no, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, that's it. Like, I don't, nobody is entitled to your because. Nobody is entitled to your why I'm not. So don't ever feel like when you say no that you're now required to provide some kind of explanation. You're not required for that. If what you're saying no to makes sense to you, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody else other than you, because that's important. It is important that you maintain your boundaries, that maintain your peace. You know, um, this pandemic has taught me a lot of things, but that was one of the main things that it has taught me. And when I'm dating people, like, now I can just be like, no, that's not going to work. If you think that you can treat me any kind of way that you want to treat me, that's not going to work. That's not going to work for you. So you can go and do that with somebody else, because I am deserving of more than that. And that is a boundary. People don't even look at that as boundaries, but it is important that you set them. It is important that you know, like, what you are willing to deal with and what you're not willing to deal with. When you can say yes to something and when to say no to something. And when you say no, be okay with saying no, because people may expect too much from you. Sometimes people want you to do more for them than what they're even willing to do for themselves, you know, and that's just not worth it. It's not. Have you ever been around somebody and it just seems like you just want to say, no, just not this time. I'm just not going to do that. But instead, it's just like, well, it's them, so I'm just going to go ahead and say yes. Like, even down to my mom. Like, if it's something that I know that I cannot do, I'm not going to say yes and then apologize later. If it's something that I don't want to do, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it, and then say, oh yeah, well, I forgot. No, I am now just at the place where my no's mean no and my yes means yes. If I say no, it's no. If I say yes, it's yes. But I know when to actually say those things to be able to make sure that I have my peace of mind. Prime example. So, this guy that I used to date came back last week on some, I miss you stuff. And, I know I messed up and I really want to work this out stuff. And I was like, okay, because I love him. See, my love is unconditional. That does not mean that you would take advantage of my love and I'm going to allow you that to happen, because I can still love you and never be with you. And I am totally okay with that. Like, trust me, I am. So, the last couple of days, I've just kind of been like watching habits, because I believe that people are creatures of habit. And if you changed, your actions are going to show that you're changing, not your words. And his actions let me know he hasn't changed. So why am I going to waste my time with that? So I had to tell him today, like, that's just not what I want. We can be friends. If you need somebody to vent to, feel free to give me a call. But we, as you and I, is not going to happen, because you're not going to put me in a position again where I will be hurt by your actions because you have not changed, you know? And even though it hurt me to actually say that, I set that boundary of being able to say that, like, the old me would have allowed you to do that. The new me will not allow you to do that. One of the things I vowed to myself last year, and that was, is that when I turned 40, I was not going to allow the things that I dealt with in my 30s. That includes people. You know, I'm not going to allow you to treat me a certain kind of way. You know, I'm not going to be disrespected. I'm not going to be lied to. What you're not going to do is actually, you know, play with my emotions and my feelings. And then once as you're tired, then you go ahead and, you know, bit with somebody else. Like, no, we're not going to do any of those kind of things, you know, because now I've set those boundaries, you know, like, and one of the things I tell my cousin all the time, I'm like, you stop letting people take advantage of you. You know, I don't care if that's your niece, and it could be your favorite niece. If you do not want this happening inside of your house, then you say, this is not going to happen inside of my house. Boundaries, you know, just as simple as that, you know. Sometimes people, like, when I'm at work, I hear people complaining about things that they do, like things that's going on with their kids and stuff like that. And I tell them, like, you have control over that. You have control of what you're going to allow and what you will not allow in your house. You know, take your control back, set them boundaries and say, no, this isn't going to happen. And it is okay. Don't feel bad after you do it. You know, like, that's one thing about it, because then people play on the guilt trip. Oh, I can't believe you did that. You're not even my friend. Oh, you don't even love me. No, I do love you, but I love me more. And the fact that I do love me more actually tells me that this isn't going to work, you know, and that's okay. So feel free to like and subscribe.